Greetings and welcome back to Hydroneer. In our first episode, we began to make money, because that's what this game is all about, making money, and how primitive and how automated you are when you're actually doing it. And we began making money here at Ember Cradle. This is the first dig site. It's not very good. Its entire purpose is for you to make enough money to move somewhere else. And that is what we've been working on. In the meantime, I have been working down there. I have a little system going. But I also did gather some iron and some gold, and I went and I spent it. So I do have some money sitting over here right now. I have 639. I bought a few things, like pans. I like pans. Pans are very useful. Yeah, we still have the drip. Fortunately, I put the pan with the water in just the right place there. So as I said, I did sell some stuff, but I have been gathering because we're going to need it. So I have my water pan here. Now I have iron in there. I have gold in there. I have a good amount of gold, which is very good. Gems, I think there's only about 4 uncut gems in there, but we're going to kind of need them. And of course, we have power crystals. For now, we're just collecting them because they are going to be important. We're going to melt them down into ingots too. So the idea is to start making more money. So what we're going to do is we're going to take these things and we're going to bring them out of here for now. Because for the moment, I'm done with the mining. So we'll just put this down here. And why don't we get this one here too. All right, we'll get the iron. See, the first time I did the game, I actually put my blacksmithing tools down below. But I think I'm going to put them up here this time because it does get a little cluttered down there. I mean, I cleared it out a bunch, but it's still pretty cluttered down there, and it does get a little annoying. And this thing here kept moving because it accidentally picked it up and then have to find just the right spot so we don't hear that infernal dripping. All right, so what are we going to do? What are we going to do? So here's what we want to do. We want to turn these into money. Now, if I was to take my gold, let's just take the gold up here and take a look at the situation. What we'd like to do is to take the gold and of course the iron, and turn them into things that will make us more money. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at the process. All right, so this would be worth 604 by itself. The idea is that if we do things with it, we'll get more money. So that's what we're going to work on. There is a process here that I want to get going, and then once it's all in place, I'm going to grind like crazy, make a lot of money, because let me tell you something. I did do a little bit of traveling. Let's just talk about the traveling here. Hold on a minute. Oh, there we go. All right, so I think we can see the map pretty well. Okay, it's a little bit bright. There we go. All right. So as we looked before, we're over at Ember Cradle. It's in the middle on the left. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to see how much some of these other places costed. Most specifically, South Hope. We went right to South Hope the last time because it's such a good place to build. It's a little hillier than it was, but it should still be fine. I looked at the prices of the other places too. Mildew's Aquifer, I think, was 960, and the Dreck Quarry was, I believe, 1200. Now, I don't remember if it was that expensive the last time, but South Hope is 6,600, so yikes. I don't remember it being that much, but it could be. It could be. It just means we're going to have to do more work. Now, there's also something else, too. Do you see these? They do not exist anywhere else. When I buy one of these, that might be it. So I kind of went over to Ice Helm to see about the crafting situation. I'm still very confused about that because I did find some things, but I didn't find an actual way to craft. But believe me, that place is like Moria. So yeah, that's something I'm going to have to do some research on that. Anyway, what we want to do right now is we want to take our nuggets and we want to turn them into ingots. So we need some stuff. That's the reason I got the money. And I do believe that we're going to be able to get what we need over here. Yeah, I was thinking, should I bring the cart over? Yeah, you know what? Probably not a bad idea. Let's get the card over because I do have a bunch of little things to purchase. So why don't we just bring the card here? And let's just turn this. Yeah, this is one of those things I really wish they'd worked on, because this is kind of janky. Like I said in the previous episode, if I could just see the handles, it would be a lot easier. All right, so let's get in here. And boom, there we go. Should I do it the other way? You know what? Here. Oh, okay, wait a minute. If I back it in like this. What? There? All right, I think that might be easier. At least I'm going to convince myself. All right, the first thing we need is we need a furnace. So let's get the furnace. All right, are you going to sit there? It's just not going to fit in there, is it? Okay, it's just not going to fit in the cart. All right, that's fine. That's fine. All right, so I'm going to need 2 crucibles. I mean, they only cost 18 each, so that's going to do the job. As a matter of fact, I probably should have just gotten crucibles instead of the pans. They're really not much more expensive. And all I'm going to be doing is pouring them in anyway. All right, let's see. Okay, that fit. All right, why don't we start with that? Oh, I do need one other thing. I need a mold. So we have the furnace, we have crucibles, and we have a casting mold. There is other things we're going to need, but we're going to focus on one thing at a time. Okay, so that is costing 164. So, boom. All right, I have 475 left. All right, so let's just get into this. Okay, like this. I'll have to come back for that. But at least I am carrying the other 3 things at once, right? Okay, it is starting to get a little bit dark, but it shouldn't be a problem. And if it gets too dark, I'll just plop onto the cot and go to sleep. No big deal at all. It's not like there's thirst and hunger to worry about, right? Okay, so this is obviously a very important thing right here. So like I said, I want to build out here. Also makes it easier for screenshots too. All right, so why don't we just plop you right there? Okay, so there it is. Now, the idea is that you put something in the crucible, you put the crucible in the fire, and you melt it down, right? So let's just do this. And I have 2 crucibles because one's going to be for iron and the other one is going to be for gold. All right. Eventually, I'm going to have a lot of furnaces. But I mean, I'm only going to be doing, at the moment, I'm only doing 2. So there's no reason to invest in that, right? Okay, so here we're going to put this down here. All right, so the idea is you put the nuggets in the crucible. You put the crucible in there. It heats up, turns them into molten stuff, right? Maybe I need a block. I might need a block. I'll have to see about that. All right, so let's start with the iron. And you know what? I wanted to get a price on the iron. We already got a price on that one. Let's get a price on the iron here. So we're only going to make 1 of each. So we can just look to see how much money we're going to make. All right, so you're right there. Okay, you're 6. Oh, we actually got more iron than we have gold. Because it actually costs less per nugget, so we must have more of them. Which kind of makes sense because gold is a little bit more rare. So that was 600. That was 628, something like that, right? The other one was just a little bit less, I believe. So we want to take this and make more money out of it. Now, this is actually going to be simple because, okay, here, let's just, we'll pick this one here. Okay, lining up the little dot and, okay, well, that was a little bit on the messy side. So why don't we just fix that a little bit here? All right, hold on a second. Boom. Boom. So what we want to make is more money than we would get from selling the ingots because that's the entire process involved here, right? All right, so let's just do this. All right, I think I'll probably end up getting a block. I don't think I have an extra one down below. All right, is that all of them? I think it is all of them. All right, let me just see. And it is starting to get a little dark. I don't really need that one there. I was going to make things down below, but you know, I was actually running into problems. Here, hold it a second. All right, you see the seam right there? Right there, there's a seam. That is undiggable stuff right there. That's the bottom, but that's diggable, but there's the seam coming from up there. So we don't have that problem over here, but it would have been a bit of a problem to set this up down below. And like I said, it works better for screenshots. All right, can I put this guy right next to him? Yeah, I could put him inside, but I don't want to do that. All right, we'll just do that. The reason is because I want to pick this up and put it directly down, if you know what I mean. All right, so where is my little dot here? You know, it actually is getting dark. That'll do. All right, so why don't we just do this, because it is getting a little dark. And it gets dark in this game. If you put up the gamma, it looks weird, that's all. All right, it is morning, and it does look a little bit dark. Maybe this melted already. Okay, no, it didn't melt yet. All right, so we're just going to let that go for now. And what's going to happen is, oh, actually, you know what? I do need to do the other stuff, don't I? Well, I mean, there is a way. There is a way. We can do. You know what? I'm waiting for that to melt, so we might as well work on some other stuff here, because that's the first part. We make ingots, right? The next part is, do we need to forge them into something, which means we need an anvil. Yeah, I didn't bring the cart, so I'm going to be carrying these things back and forth, ain't I? And a blacksmith hammer. Oh, and I do need one other thing, too. Where? Oh, there it is, right there. I need a grinding wheel. All right, the grinding wheel is for the uncut gems. Okay, so that's going to cost $275, which means I have 200 coins to my name. All right. I think, can I put that on the ground, or do I need to... Hold it a second here. Can I put this like over here? Oh, wait a minute. Put it there. I'll put it there. How are you doing? Oh, it's goo. Okay, this is good. This is good. All right, so do I put this up here? No, I guess I have to be on the ground. All right, why don't we just see about this? All right, and then what I'm going to do is there's the dot, there's the dot, there's the dot. Boom. All right, so put that down for a moment. And actually, I can just put them in there for now. Hold it a minute. All right, and... Oh, made it in the first shot. Okay, so we can put this guy back up here. Yeah, I didn't need the block, did I? Okay, so now we have an ingot of iron. Now, this was 628 when it was in nuggets. So what we're going to do is we're going to carry it up here and see the difference in price. It may not be too much because it's not really an item for selling. Okay, well, actually a really nice increase in price there. So all we did was forge it into an ingot, and it went from 628 to 839. So here's the question. How's the stock market doing? Oh, it's up. Okay, so that would be 864. All right, the one thing is it appears that they don't do the finished products anymore. So for stock market, this is really all I would be able to do. If I took a sword over there, it doesn't seem to work anymore. We'll test that though, but it doesn't seem to work anymore. As if it maybe didn't in the first place? I don't know. All I know is just by forging it, we've already made our money back, right? Because this was the furnace, this was one of the crucibles, and of course the cast over there. All right, so why don't we put this on the ground right now? Because we have the gold. Is it the gold ready? It looks like it is. All right, so where is... Here it is, here it is. Okay, let's pour that in there. There we go. All right, now I'm going to put these guys aside for now. Yeah, I didn't really need two of them, but, you know, it's good for collecting them. Instead of putting them into pans, I should have been just putting them into crucibles in the first place. All right, I was waiting for that to cool down. Okay, I forget how much... It was like 608? I think it was like 608 or something like that. So you're probably going to see a comparable increase. But let's just lock it in. First one was 839, I believe. And we could get more if we did it over there, right? Okay, that one is now 710. All right, we'll keep that in mind. Now this one isn't going to be as pure because you can't really smelt something just gold. You have to do something else. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to make ourselves a dagger. All right, and the first thing I'm going to have to do is to get the stuff for that too. I didn't bring them over? No, I didn't bring them over. I brought the grinder over. That's right. All right, so let's get the anvil going here. And I guess we can just like put this over here. Okay, put this. Okay, don't put it underground, right? Can I get an X? Or can I rotate that or something? Oh yeah, just put it there. All right. And then I'm going to need the blacksmith hammer. All right, so let's get this over here. All right, there, right there. There we go. This is all really primitive, but it's going to be making us more money. And like I said, 6,600. And that's with nothing else. I mean, do I want to take all these pipes with me? Probably. We're going to have to see about that. And one of these pails is going to have to be allocated for water for filling this guy over here. But we'll deal with that when we start going on a road trip, right? Okay, so the idea is, we'll put this down for a moment here, right? You go to the anvil and then you click on it, right? And it gives you a recipe, right? In this case, it's a dagger. All it wants is 1 iron, right? Now, if I clicked again, it would be an axe, but I'd need 2 iron ingots. And that, of course, is a sword, 3 iron ingots. Now, I believe, yeah, it does go over to jewelry then. Now, in this case, notice it's saying gold, but it's also giving us the gem icon. Because if you want to make the ring, you're going to have an ingot of gold and an uncut gem. Or I should say a cut gem, not uncut. And it's pretty much the same thing. 2 gold ingots there, another jewel for a necklace, and that's about it for now. All right, well, we're going to focus on that. So here's the thing. In order to do anything, I have to warm this up again. Now, normally, as soon as you poured it, you probably just use it immediately, right? So what we're going to do, remember, that was 839. It was 864 if we put it in the stock market. So we'll use 864, right? So that's going to have to warm up a bit. And then what we're going to do is we're going to put it on top of this, and then we're going to hammer it, and that's going to do the job. Is that guy warm enough? I don't know. Okay. We've got to do this before it cools down, right? All right, and there we go. Ooh. Deadly looking. There we go. There's no violence in this game. There's just economics. So let's do something. Now, the first thing I want to do is we'll go over to the stock market first and just see whether or not I was actually right about that and that I can't sell this here. I think the ingots are basically all I can do. Okay, people, could somebody pick that up, please? It's dangerous. All right. Yeah, I noticed no price. Oh, it fell off, but that is a big dagger. But it doesn't have any price on it, so you can't sell that here. All right, so we're going to take the dagger to the jeweler, as if that actually does make sense. All right, and we go from 864 to 923. It is better. It is better indeed, right? All right, so let's grab that. All right, so we got money, more money. So we only have 200 in there. Now we have like more than 1,100, which is good. All right, let's put this down here. And let's aim for the money. Well, aim here, actually. There we go. All right, so we have 1,123. Okay, now we're going to have to go into the cave or something. All right, so here we're going down here. And I'm going to grab... You know, I don't really need to grab the bucket. All I need is 1, so I'll take that one. I think that's the biggest one anyway. I only got 1 down here, so I think that's the one that's the big one. All right, so this is where we use the grinder. All right, so I go over here and I click on it, and I now have a cut emerald. So here's what we're going to do. First off, take that off. All right, change over to... the ring, because I have 1 ingot and that's all I can do here, right? All right, so let's take this and we'll put it here. Because whatever you want to actually use has to be on the anvil. Now, of course, this needs to be heated up. Now, like we saw in the first season, it really depends on how much gold you put in the ingot. You know, in terms of nuggets, you can have one that's got like 10 nuggets. You can have one that's got like 500 nuggets, you know? And obviously that one is going to be massively better. So once you got a whole system going, you could force them into like one big nugget. And you might get thousands from that one big nugget. Like hundreds of thousands depending on the situation, right? All right, so how is it doing? Because as soon as it's still hot, I think that needs to cook a little bit more. All right, let's just see here. All right, quickly down and boom. You have to hit the anvil and not the actual items. All right, so we have a ring. The one ring to give us money. With the one ring, we will be rich. We will be able to get out of here. I'll probably have to make 9 more, though. All right. Once again, I don't believe that this would work in the stock market. At least it won't fall off, right? Nope, nope, nope. Ingots. Ingots. It wants ingots, doesn't it? It's even got a picture of an ingot there, doesn't it? All right. But, you know, I mean, in this situation, yeah, it's worth it to carry it all the way over here. But I guess it depends on how convenient a stock market is. But, I mean, you're going to make more money by forging into something. Now, remember how much money that was? Now, it is a little bit distorted because it's not just gold. Because we did put an emerald in there, too. So it's not a complete comparison like we did with the dagger. But we are getting, okay, 838. That's actually not a lot better. No, it was 710. That's actually not bad. All right, that's not bad. Yeah, I was getting confused between this and what we had for the iron, but apparently we had more iron. All right, so click, and let's carry this back. All right, so now that I have this production facility, I'm going to have to get more busy. All right, let's see. Where is this here? Okay, that I missed. I missed right there. Okay, it's not doing what I wanted it to do. So why don't we just do it out here? Right, because I was running. Okay, so 1961. There we go, 1961. Because the thing is, I'm going to have to buy a lot of things. And if I want to use these, I'm going to have to buy them here. Like I mentioned at the big place where we got everything before, they don't have those. They don't exist. So the reason they're here is we're going to have to carry them. The question is, and you know what? Why don't we answer that question right now? If I take one of those off, does another one pop in its place? Because, you know, over here, if you take one of these things here, right? Notice there's still one there. If I take this, there's still one there. So here's the question. Because I'm going to need these anyway. Let's just find out. Because I have no idea. Because it does say limited stock. So if I take one of these, it's locked. What does that mean? All right, I'm going to need these anyway. So I might as well just buy it. I mean, does that mean it's forever locked? And I can never have another one? Unless I actually make it? Interesting. All right, well, you know what? I'm going to need these anyway. So I might as well just put it aside here. Or maybe I should just put it in the back of the truck. You know, I'll just leave it on the street. Because I'm not going to use it here. I don't believe I'm going to use it here. Because, I mean, I can make my money the way I'm doing it now, right? So, I can't grab that. Oh, that's scary. That is scary, scary, scary. All right. Because, like I said, I was over there, and I don't know what's going on. So, I'm going to have to research that. Yes, I'm going to have to research that a lot. Because otherwise, I just don't know how this is going to work out. Anyway, that is pretty much what I'm going to be doing for a while. So let me just get these guys back down here. All right, so over here. I was getting into a good pattern here. Hold on a minute. Put that down there. And the one thing I learned is, you know what? One thing I learned is that it's way too late. Where is it? It gets dark, that's all. I don't even know why there is a day-night cycle except to be annoying. It's not like I have to eat or drink or something like that, right? It's just that it's kind of dark, if you know what I mean. All right. You know, actually, I even said I should be using these. I shouldn't be using the pan. I should be using these. It's just an extra step. All right. Actually, you'll get this out of here. The pans are useful, though. Boom. All right, and we'll just take one of these and we'll like drop it over here. Okay. All right, for a minute I was a little bit concerned. Where did the other one go? Didn't? Yeah, there it is. It's stuck. All right. And Okay, hold it a minute. I need to... Okay, that worked out. That didn't. It kind of did. All right, so the pattern I got into was with this, right? So I was like feeding off of this wall behind me here, right? This, put it in there, drop it on the ground. Where's my brush? Like this. And then I would just leave it there. As long as you don't do it too often, it's not a problem. If you do it for a long period of time, it becomes a problem, right? So just don't even move. And then put this up here and dig again. Put that in there. If you put too many in there, then what happens is the dirt piles up on top and then, and then it can be a real mess. So I think 5 is safe, but I think I usually do it at about 4. Okay, and we can come over here, and there's some iron there, and there's some iron there. Yeah, you get a lot of iron, so if it was equal in the amount you were getting, wow, that was actually all iron, wasn't it? Yeah, it was all iron. All right, how very unfortunate. All right, and put it there. Oh. Yeah, this thing up here, kind of annoying. Is that gold? Come on, give me 1 gold. 1 gold. There we go, gold. So I'll just put the gold in here. Yeah, I mean, that way I don't have to worry about knocking them from one to the other one. But I'm going to be doing a lot of that. A whole lot of that. And then I'm going to be making them into ingots, and then I'm going to be forging them into things. What I might do is I might make multiple ingots so that I can access these other recipes over here. You know, the ones that take multiple, like the axe, for instance, it takes 2. And I probably just do the axe for now. And of course, I do believe the necklace, you know, the thing about it is you don't have many gems. So making multiple gold ingots is actually a better way, because I think I only have 3 left. 1, 2, I think there's another one in there. Hold it a minute. Yeah, they're just smaller though. See, this one does seem to be bigger. So we'll just take this one up and grind it just so that we have it available. Right, so I can just kind of, well, I can just use this pan, can't I? There we go. Pans are always useful. So we get the nuggets. We put them in the crucibles. We cook them in the crucible till it melts down. Then we pour it into the mold over here and probably immediately make something. That way you don't have to worry about reheating it. Now, in my case, I wanted to see what the prices were, so I let it cool and then I carried it over. It's not like I was going to get burned or something like that, but it's kind of unrealistic to pick it up in your hands and such like that. So, and then of course you forge it into something depending upon what you want to make, and in case of jewelry, whether or not you have gems. So it would be a better idea for me to focus on the necklaces since it's 2 ingots, but it's only 1 gem and I only have 3 and 2 of them are small. Maybe I'll get better ones in the meantime. Anyway, I think that that's pretty much going to do for now. I think the only thing we can do in the next episode would be to move somewhere else and start setting up shop. Like, for instance, setting up something like this. Now, the way they work things is kind of different because it used to be you have to buy a straight pipe that had a valve on it, or it would have the other things on it. I do think the other thing is still here. Hold on a minute here. The pressure tank. The pressure tank is for pushing things along. All right, the valve hook. Now I'm just gonna, I know I'm gonna need them anyway, so let's just buy one. Whoa, that's actually expensive. It used to be a whole pipe, but now what you do is you just kind of like attach it. So I've never actually done this, so let's see here. Put it right there. Boom. Okay, is the water coming out? Okay, the water stopped. So, hold on a second. Let me just, there you go. So instead of actually having to buy a pipe with the valve attached to it, you just buy the attachment and then connect it to the valve. I noticed that there's no longer a centralized conveyor belt. I was looking over there. But what there is there's an attachment that you would put on a conveyor belt so the items would be centralized. So it's the same kind of thing. You have to attach it. So I thought that they were going to do this with the tanks. I mean, oh yeah, that's a tank. That's not a pipe. All right, like I said, we're going to need these anyway, right? And you power them by putting the shards into them. But I'm not going to need them here, but I'm going to need them where I'm going. So I just want to see if this does the same thing. Okay, okay, it doesn't like doing that, but it likes standing in the middle doing nothing. Okay, does this attach over here? Wait a minute. I can't even see if I'm attaching it. It doesn't want to attach to the end. And it doesn't want to do that. Does that mean it has to be on the ground or something? I'm not sure what the problem is there. Maybe it does want the extra one, but it doesn't seem to want to go on the end. I have no idea. I guess we're going to have to look at it, right? I am going to need it anyway, so it's not wasted money. The way it works is you open it up, and then you put the power shards into it, or if you forge them into an ingot, you can do that, which is always the best way to do, and it'll eat it up over time. What that does is it adds pressure to the line, because in the future, the very near future, we're going to be using water pressure to power everything, so the more it pushes it along, the better. Anyway, I do believe that that is going to be it for now. So I have a lot of grinding to do, a whole lot of grinding to do, because we're going to need a lot of money. I mean, I just spent some of our money, even though we are going to need those anyway. But I only have 1414 to my name. And I would really like to go to South Hope, which means I'm going to have to do a lot of grinding. But then again, that's the name of the game, isn't it? And you know what? It is kind of enjoyable. You work hard, you put something together, you forge it, and you see how much money you're getting from it. Kind of like real life. Anyway, if there is further interest in this game, I will play more because I do enjoy it. And if you like this game and you want me to play more, please give the video a like, maybe say something in the comments for the great God algorithm, and of course, subscribing is a great way to show your support. Anyway, thank you very much for your attention. I really appreciate it. And play games because games are fun. See ya.